thought, you know, it would be funny.
Yeah.
And then gave them a game based on what I thought would be funny. They usually didn't think it was funny, though. Oh boy. Well, so Ex-Mutants is based off of Malibu, a comic from Malibu Comics, then?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
In fact, let me look up their Wikipedia page.
Okay, I think I'm probably about ready.
Yeah, Faizu, you're not even playing with the game, you're just playing with other pictures.
Well, I'm fixing everything.
Okay. Okay. If people didn't know, by the way, oh yeah, as a reminder, I highly recommend following different streamers who have been participating in this, both the game masters as well as the people who are competing. They've been an absolute blast to watch, and it's just, I don't know, there aren't too many places where you can get together, force people to suffer, and then just have a blast because of it, you know? It's like modern day Nero here. It's what we are. Okay,
it turns out that this actually was published. And it turns out it seems like it changed publishers a lot until Malibu Comics picked it up.
Ah.
It was Eternity Comics and Amazing Comics, Pied Piper Comics, and then Malibu Comics.
The Pied Piper Comics.
And it looks just like your stereotypical hero comic.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we're almost ready to roll. Let me take a look at one thing real quick, though.
Oh, Claire's disappointed that she didn't get Contra, because that's a game that she's never played. I did tell her that I could have given her a run and gun, but it would have not been enjoyable at all, and I definitely think it would have been less enjoyable in Ex-Mutants.
Oh, baby. Yeah, I think Ex-Mutants is going to be fun.
I think it is too. So what's funny about this game, and I guess this is a small spoiler, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to figure this out really fast, is that the game actually doesn't have bad controls. The game controls just fine. What's bad about the game is pretty much everything else. Also, the sound clips are pretty amazing, especially the voice samples. And like Pismerica said, this has some of the electro-fartiest soundtrack in Genesis history, and I hope, although I'm kind of doubting that someone will make it up to the Subway level, but if someone does, that is easily the most electro-fart track that I've ever heard. It's not quite like blasting in your face, it's more of like a steady, just electro-fart pulse.
Oh, baby.
And yes, Pismerica, that's the run gun I told you about.
Yes, I agree with how electro-farty this game is. It's amazing.
Even the voice samples are electro-farts.
How is the audio for everybody right now, by the way? The game audio. Does it need to be louder, or are we good there? Okay, a bit quiet. Okay, cool.
And I told players they could play a medium. If I remember correctly, hard makes it so that all damage is 2 damage minimum, which makes the game a lot harder. Ooh. And you have limited continues. I think there's actually unlimited continues in normal difficulty, which is good because we want them to make progress, and they're going to run into a very painful segment early on.
Yeah.
Do you see the minecart on Claire's screen that's playing in the demo? That section really stinks.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it to the minecart level when I played this.
I cannot remember if I've made it to the minecart level. I played this very briefly and that's it. Mazian, we have supposedly had Corndan and Tristan in chat at the same time in commentary, but it may have just been the same person talking in 2 slightly different voices. We're not sure.
I know, they sound so alike. Okay, I'm checking right now to see if they are ready for this match. Oh. And honestly, huge thank you to them for participating. I believe this is their last match. Okay, we are doing the countdown. If you're one of the runners, go ahead and mute/pause the stream so you don't get any spoilers. And yeah, chat, wish them the best of luck.
So there is one thing I told them before they started the game.
Yes.
And that is, I suggested they play the guy, because the guy is better than the girl. And right away, Garby goes for the girl. I said they could play the girl if they wanted to. But the thing is, the guy has more health, and he does more damage.
Okay,
and while the girl is faster and has more range, I don't really notice much of a speed difference. And the range only applies to ground attacks, which you will be jump attacking a lot in this game.
Gotcha. So we have...
I am
yeah?
going to let the intro play out.
Oh, yes. The intros, cutscenes are great. They're really cheesy and very stereotypically comic booky and very late 80s, early 90s. And spoiler, the henchman's of the evil boss's name is Zygote.
Sluggo?
And the evil boss is named Sluggo.
Yes.
Hey, my name's Sluggo. My mom hated me. That was
I mean,
the
just look at
accidental
that
child.
face, right?
It's a good
Dana,
face.
I hope you're watching
Power in
this.
the
So
Last
you would
Mate.
think that's the villain, but that's actually your mentor.
That's Dr. Kildare.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Or it could be Kildare.
The remaining Ex-Mutants will be arriving soon to save their precious teammates, and will be waiting with open arms, as it were.
And
There you go, there's
and you
Sluggo.
can't actually play the other teammates even as you rescue them.
Okay, I'm trying to find information on the story. Apparently, people got mutated because of nuclear war, essentially. And then a three-eyed Dr. Emmanuel Kugat selects 5 mutants, 1 male and 4 females, to be genetically altered, resequencing their mutated DNA to restore them to humanity. So actually, yeah, everybody in the world got turned into mutants, and he's undoing that.
So these are in effect mutants whose power is not being mutant.
I guess.
Well,
so yeah, we've already had some deaths, which is not uncommon in this game, because even though the controls are fine and everything, there's a lot of cheap hits because you can't look up or down, and your invulnerability period is almost non-existent. In fact, it might as well not even exist.
Oh geez, yeah, that ladder going down with the turrets there.
Also, your chat has mentioned that the Genesis audio is pretty quiet.
Alright, I'll go ahead and work on making it louder for everyone. Yeah, it looks like it's quieter than previously. Oh, okay.
And right now, everyone's just on the first stage. They're just trying to figure out where to go.
Okay, I'm just adjusting.
No one's
so
really
that
been
no
using
one
the
dies.
sub-weapons much yet. Some of the sub-weapons are very good. And actually, I would say pretty much all of them have some use. Like, that is one good-ish thing about the game, is that there is a reason to use the sub-weapons.
Okay, good.
Alright.
Alright.
I am mostly going to be quiet for this unless something gets really, really annoying, which it probably will because this is a game in Kusogrand3.
Yeah.
So I'll let Mike and Corndan take more of the reins when it comes to.
Well, thank
And
you,
it looks
Faizu.
like
I appreciate
Claire
it.
is the first person to make progress and get on
Nice.
to the second level. Now, I did inform them of this, but I don't know if she remembers, is that after the first level, you need a battery to complete every level after that, except for the auto scrollers. Because Dr. Kildare is running out of power, and he needs batteries to live. I'm not making this up. This is actual lore in the game. And I figured if they're skipping the cutscenes, they're not going to learn this, so I should inform them.
Just plug the batteries
Now-
into my veins, Captain.
and the thing is, They would find this out anyway because the game won't let you beat a stage without the battery, and Dr. Kildare will actually tell you that.
Good,
What are
you
these
made it through the
platforms?
dessert section of the
There we go.
laboratory. You have much to
They
do, but
exist.
little time in which to do it. Let me tell you what I know of the caves of Steel Mountain before you leave.
Ooh.
Oh, should I do the villain voice or something?
Sure.
Sure.
What a lofty task in voice acting.
You'll
Okay,
find
so
bouncing bones
Claire is
on
on
the
these
entrances.
blades that move around, and it looks like you have to crouch under them, but you just have to like move as they're moving upwards, so you don't get hit by them.
Okay.
So Claire is going to where the exit is. She's actually making really quick progress, but then she'll learn that she needs the battery once she exits the level.
Ah, my power cells are nearly...
Nearly depleted, yada yada yada.
Well, and she
And
didn't
now-
sit there for very long. So let's hope she found the message.
Yeah, I'm not sure she saw the message there.
Yeah, but she is going in the right direction. You just have to go down this ladder. Yeah, Faizu tried the whole ducking under the saw blades. You just have to walk under them when it's high enough. And it doesn't look like they're high enough, but they're just barely high enough to walk under.
Essentia took a death right at that same place. Claire getting our first game over.
Yeah, although she has made the most progress.
Yes.
She is still in first for, you know.
Garby, though, is coming up pretty close. She's also kind of in that same area.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
so
honestly,
Faizu and Essentia is not that far behind.
Yeah, everyone's making good progress. Even Faizu with his intro penalty. Oh, and Faizu collected the battery.
The sound effects are too good here.
Oh, they are really good. I wish we had the guy, because it's like, his voice lines are so good.
The girls are ridiculous as well, mind you.
I think Essentia has the battery now. Is that right?
Like, one of them is like, stay down,
does.
sucker.
Nice. Essentia got the battery.
But now she has to go get it again.
Oh, after you die, you lose it?
Yep.
Yeah, I think you do, because the game checkpoints you.
Fun.
This is one of those weird, terrible games that's actually kind of okay to play.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's-
there's mechanically it feels okay. It's just that like everything about it is just slightly off,
Yeah, I
Pretty
can
much.
see that. Ooh, Essentia taking a death. That's probably a
and
game
that's
over.
why we chose this game, because it's not the most awful game, but I figure it's like butts enough to be in Kusogrand3, but funny enough so it's not like total torture for the people who aren't qualifying for the bracket stage.
Yeah, it's kind of weirdly fun to play in a way that some of the best terrible games are. It is in no way good, but
This music sounds like Earthbound. Maybe, like the hotel. The hotel in Earthbound specifically.
Oh no, we now have a Zygo emote thanks to Dana.
Oh no,
Thanks, Dana.
Dana.
I think Faizu is in zombie first now.
Nice. Zombies always being superior to
Although Garby is not far behind.
Essentia as well. Essentia has the battery and is right at
No.
the end.
I believe Essentia actually left the battery.
No, I thought she picked it up.
No, if you pick up the battery, it's there. It's only the disposable items that you can switch through. So once you have the battery, you have it. The girl sound effects are so suggestive.
I love them.
yeah.
Mike, they're perfect, okay?
They really are.
So good. Okay, it looks like everybody has moved on to the second part of the stage. Good.
Yeah. After
yeah,
the second part of the stage is the boss.
Ackroyd's mutated grandmother could do better than that. Yeah, we need the title of the stream updating. I updated
It
the
is.
game, but
The
not
title-
That's pretty great. Yeah, the lines are very cheesy and comic booky and very late 80s, early 90s. Oh yeah, Garby got confused by the fake ladder because there is a ladder there, but if you go down it, there's also spiked barriers there that will just hit you repeatedly.
So
Because video games.
Oh, the other thing is that spikes don't instantly kill you, but you will take a lot of damage on them simply because you have so few invincibility frames when you get hit.
yeah,
Like I said, they might as well not exist, as Garby demonstrated.
wow.
It's
Faizu
really
also
noticeable
demonstrating.
spikes on my screen, yeah.
Yeah, these jumps really stink, by the way, because the platforms are constantly shifting in and out. And the game gets way more evil with platforms and stuff later in the game.
I want
They
people
seem
to know,
be
but
shifting in a random pattern as well. Like, I don't think there is any rhyme or reason to that.
I would agree with you. So, yeah,
there are no reviews on game FAQs, so if you would want to make a stamp on history, that's something you can do. Claire, yeah, everybody is trying these platforms right at this moment. Oh, jeez.
Yep. And they fool everyone because you think, oh, well. Oh, yeah, and this part kind of stinks where Faizu's at. So
Yeah,
those hot dogs or whatever come up one by one, and you've, like, no room to jump, so you have to hit them. And then duck under the rest.
Essentia is doing pretty well here. She's
God damn
figured
it.
out some of the jumping here to make it easier on herself.
Yep. Yep, she has a good thing going on. Oh, that was surprisingly quick.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she's making really good progress. She's definitely in first now. It's all that superhero game practice. What can I say?
Now, Mike, I'm looking up some of Malibu Interactive right now because they made this. They also worked on the Smurfs for Super Nintendo alongside Infogrames.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
What a
They helped
great
with
experience.
Cliffhanger. We've seen Cliffhanger. Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Oh, we've seen Three Ninjas kick back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Garby got the battery for the area, so once she hits the exit, she'll be good to go.
Nice. Essentia did not get the battery, but she'll
Neither
be able
did
to
I.
backtrack.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, in the case that someone has a battery and someone's been to the exit first, I would say the person who has the battery is farther ahead for scoring purposes. Because
Okay.
they've technically made more progress. And Garby is on the boss.
Nice. Ooh, the boss dealing a hefty hit. Essentia has the
So
battery.
the bosses in this game take a ton of hits. Their life bar is in the bottom right corner, but it's not very representative how many hits they take.
No,
Yeah,
they take a lot.
Probably
This
like
boss
3
takes
or 4 hits per life unit, so he takes at least 30 or 40 hits.
Wow. This is not fair.
Nope. But he's actually not that hard. You just have to learn his patterns.
It is probably worth mentioning at this point that there are limited continues. It's far less forgiving on hard than it is on...
Yeah, on hard you get like 3 continues. And I wanted players to actually make progress. Like, on hard, they might have just game over at this point.
Yeah, on hard you have, I think, either 2 or 3 continues. I tested this for Mike by suiciding on the first enemy in the game repeatedly before the match. Whereas on normal, I think you've got 8 or 9 continues, so it's a little more forgiving.
Yeah. So the way this boss works is that if it's spinning its spear like that, it's always going to do the stab. So you want to get away before it does the stab.
So, as it turns out, the guy who designed this also designed Rick Dangerous 2.
Oh, no! That actually explains a lot of the cheap hits in this game.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Wow.
Oh, sorry. I mean classic Amiga computer gaming or Commodore 64 computer gaming.
Yeah, it's like that all explains everything here. Essentia is doing a lot of damage to this boss.
Yeah, the problem is she's going to die in one hit.
Oh, for sure.
But it seems like she's learning the boss, except that attack is really annoying. It's a homing shot, but you can jump over it and just kind of bait it around. But that is the hardest one to deal with if you haven't seen it yet.
The game just told me to step aside and let someone else try.
Apparently a lot of people for this also worked on Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, which
I
I've
can
never
see
played.
the influence.
Totally.
This is,
So honestly, this is much faster progress than I was expecting everyone to make.
yeah, everybody's doing
Make
pretty
up
well
for the
here.
fact that in last battle, everyone made much less progress than I was expecting them to make. So it all balances out in the end. Yeah, that homing shot is really annoying.
Because of your lack of iframes, it does 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah,
in
that's the
space of
problem.
time.
This is why I recommended the guy, because if you get hit by stuff like that when you're playing as the girl, you're going to die in like 2 or 3 attacks. With it, whereas the guy, it's more like 3 or 4.
Yeah. If I game over, I will
there are
switch to
attacks
guy.
that do 2 units of health and 4 units of health.
Yeah, it looks like everyone except for Claire is on the boss.
For what it's worth, based on the intro to this level, this boss is called Beefcake.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, Beefcake. I bet he's still a mutant. What a jerk. Let's see. So, Grace Chang, who apparently was one of the voice talents for this game, also
That's an
was the
interesting use of
project
the word
manager for
talent.
Dark Souls.
She's the what?
The
manager for Dark
project
Souls?
manager. Yeah, she moved away from doing voices.
She
Wow,
moved
going
into
on up.
doing good games.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. With games of this quality, the voices are probably just the developers and whoever is around, because that's
Yeah.
all you can do.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing
So
the
Ascench is
guy
actually
who...
really close to killing the boss, and she did it. She's in
Nice!
first.
Ascench is in first now. Very
And
nice.
she's gonna experience the minecart, which is one of the worst levels in the game.
How much of this game have you
So you
played,
can walk
Mike?
off that cart. Like
Oh,
just after.
no! Wow. That didn't take too long.
And she just jumped off of it right now.
So, question,
How much
are...
of the game have you played, Mike?
What? Oh, how much have I played?
Yeah.
I got up to the subway area. And I figured that
Oh,
people probably wouldn't get up to that area. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of stayed my way through it just to make sure I could get through it without like getting too mad.
Garb ran
Because
out
the game gets
continue.
really unfair really fast.
Question, are there limited continues in this? Do you know?
Yes, there are limited continues in this.
Okay, so Garb probably made a good choice by taking a game over there.
I really hope we get to hear some of the guys' voice clips.
Oh yeah, Garb chose the dude.
Yeah, I think it was a good choice to take that there. If you're not winning, you're not doing well with the girl, it makes a lot of sense to switch over, take the game over, and switch over to the guy.
Yeah, it's... I feel bad that the guy's objectively better. But welcome to the 90s, I suppose.
Or just welcome to Ex-Mutants.
It's the 90s. Girls are slightly faster and guys have more health and hit high.
No, so the tool-assisted speedrun for this game, Professor Ness, actually uses the guy, because he does more damage. So the girl is barely faster. Oh no, she jumped
no,
to get
it
that
said to
heart!
grab the
She
health.
just stand to get that heart. So, this is why it's good we're playing in normal, because they probably would have had, like... I'm not even sure if anyone would have made progress past this stage in hard. Because you only get 2 or 3 continues in hard. That is true. The female character is better in Sword of Sedan.
Oh baby.
Oh, that homing shot is a nightmare to avoid.
There we go, Garb through the first stage. It looks
You're
like it's
kind of
gonna be
moving
really
around
fast.
too much to dodge it. You just kind of want to jump over it, then let it come to you, then jump over it again.
I think getting back into the stage after taking, you know, a full game over and starting over seems to be pretty fast. Garb is already here.
Yeah, because once you know where stuff is, it's not going to take you long to get back there.
These sound clips are pretty good. And yeah, the producer of the game did the sound clips for the guy.
Oh no. So, Essentia's on the really bad part of the stage now, and she's getting hit by everything, which is not a good outlook, because there's some really cheap hits in the minecart stage coming up. Like this one right here, where she's gonna die.
What?
So one of them falls after you pass by it, so you're like, whatever, because that's what all of them have done. And then the final one you have to jump over, and there's no way you can react to it.
Wow, Ex-Mutants was a mistake. That was an interesting... Oh, that was the sound of the battery. Oh, okay.
I'm just loving the electro farts in the soundtrack.
This
There
is
are
like
some
smooth
spectacular
jazz
electro
right
farts.
here.
This is an electro-fart symphony.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's a thing, but it should be.
Well, we can make it a thing.
Right, Essentia's doing better this time in the second
Well.
section, except she jumped too far forward.
This game is brutal. This is
It really is.
So wait, are there health upgrades later on?
Oh, you are so close. Yes, there are. There are E icons that increase your health.
Okay.
The only one that I know of is in the third area. So, by defeating the boss, I think Essentia's technically in the second stage or second area, and because there's kind of like a boss to each area, and then you rescue the person, and then they tell you what's, you know, they have intel on what's going on in the next area. And if you stick around for the intel, they'll even tell you that there's a secret area in this first area or something, in this first level or something, and you'll be like, okay, that's of no help.
Wow.
A secret area exists. That's basically what they're telling you.
It's like an Adam hint.
It's I kind of wonder if they had originally planned for kind of all of the other characters to be unlockable and playable as you saved them and then ran out of time and or money.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that too.
Bad job. Thank you for the resub.
Also,
Oh my-
Dana says there's some really interesting history with Malibu Comics,
Sure.
but I'm now really curious.
I blame Rob Liefeld for everything.
I mean, you can't go wrong with blaming Rob Liefeld. He's basically responsible
really.
for the 90s comics being 90s comics.
Pretty much.
Oh no!
Who's responsible
so
for
I have
minecart
no
levels?
clue how to dodge those blocks that dropped on Essentia's head.
That's
like
ridiculous.
I figured out how to dodge most of the things, but those I just took the hits.
Oh, I killed the boss.
Wow.
And my
Nice.
character proclaimed, "What a jerk."
I mean, he is.
It's about time. Leave it
Oh
to a
my
girl
gosh.
to be late.
Wow.
Speaking of late, it's getting kind of late. How about we bunk together tonight? We can go after that uptight green dirt bag in the morning.
What is this?
Wow. You don't. Well, this guy's not equal opportunity because he doesn't say that when Aykroyd's around.
In fairness, Aykroyd does look like a walking muscle.
Yeah.
You could use some
I
first
like how she
aid. A
doesn't
cold shower
react.
wouldn't hurt either.
Completely chauvinistic comment at all.
Not at all.
How can
Okay.
I resist those big, beautiful brown eyes of yours? I've got
Setcha
Tanya
made it
somewhere in the
through
forest.
with 1 HP. Is that going to be enough?
Unless if she knows how to carve through a spiked wall. No. Yep. That's the thing.
I
That's
would've
a
been mashing
3-block
attack.
height. You cannot jump over it. You just have to hit it. But the game gives you no indication that you can hit those things.
I've seen her hit him before, though.
Yeah, well, I think she's gonna learn it really soon.
Oh, yeah.
Beefcake
But-
has failed me and you
But,
failed me.
but after those
worthless
3 block
experiment.
tall blocks, she'll be out. Oh, sorry. Beefcake has failed me, and you failed me, you worthless excrement. That little pest bot has been set free. He'll be going after Tanya in the forest now. Warn El Mato and my Death Grove minions of their imminent arrival.
El Matho?
I don't know.
El
Also, set up the
Butterfly.
minecart trap, since that's the route they'll take to reach the forest. And go take a bath. You smell atrocious.
You look atrocious, you lump.
I mean, everyone in this game looks atrocious.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh hey, the minecart you were all talking so joyfully about.
You enjoying it, Faizu?
Yeah, you
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
to duck,
this is-
Faizu, so you just take 2 hits from that spike block up there that you probably couldn't really see.
Yeah.
I was more a fan of the massive knockback.
Garb is onto the minecart as well. Now, even though we have 3
Ah!
people on it, Essentia has been on the minecart the longest.
And she's made the most progress on it, so she's definitely in first.
Yeah, and having that knowledge is huge. Like, Garb,
Yeah.
if they're able
She's
to figure
actually
this out
really
quickly-
close to beating it.
Oh, yeah. We're 25 minutes into the match. I think even if people did get a game over, about 40 minutes into this, they would still be able to get back to where they made it. Like, just from what I'm seeing so far.
I agree.
Essentia needs to learn how to attack the blocks. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so those blocks, I do not know how to dodge them. You can despawn some of them so you only get hit once. And the worst part is you don't get any health until at the very end of the stage.
That's very kind of the game.
Oh
Wow.
no, he jumped at the wrong time.
No!
Okay, I actually need to jump over that. I'm learning, everyone. It's okay.
Yeah,
Get there, Faizu.
this minecart is just full of memorizer.
I'm just planning on damage boosting my way through most of this, but I don't think I have the help to do it.
That will definitely not work. It doesn't work as Ackroyd. It definitely doesn't work as
Garb.
the girl.
Jumping at the wrong time. But unfortunately,
Yeah,
Garb...
so there's also a point where there's an extra life, and it's such a troll because unless you make the jump at the exact right time, you will inevitably fall off the minecart.
The jumping on the minecart is just the worst thing because you kind of track with it, except for when you don't.
Exactly. So like you mostly want to jump neutral, unless if like the minecart's going downhill or something like that.
Yeah, it's
That's weird.
very difficult to explain how badly this controls. Like, the game itself controls fine. for
Yeah,
most of it.
exactly.
It's just the minecart?
The instant you move left or right, you stop tracking with the minecart, basically.
Oh, no.
That's what it looks like. So if you just jump straight up, you're fine.
Oh no, she tried to jump over again.
Yeah, I don't think she knows that she can destroy them yet.
Yeah. She just needs to swing.
But yeah, anything, if you're jumping and the minecart changes speed because you're going up or downhill, that's when it stops tracking.
Yup.
I don't...
And that's exactly where the 1-up is located.
I'm not sure anybody knows about the spike walls, though, and how you can destroy them. Quite yet. Faizu knows because we spoiled it.
I don't know about the spike walls, but there were spike walls I could destroy in a previous level, so...
This minecart is an experience. Oh, baby.
Yes, but lots of things are experiences. That's not necessarily a good thing.
Okay, so big thing when you're doing new games, if you struggle with something, always be sure you try something new, and Essentia has done it.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, not
She's
perfect,
in the
but good.
waterfall area, which is, well, I can't say it's much better than the first area. And the battery is in a really stupid trolley location.
Oh, baby.
I look forward to maybe getting this far.
I think you will. I have
yeah.
confidence in you, Faizu.
You've got half an hour, Faizu. You're fine.
Oh my god, those falling blocks.
Yeah, the falling blocks are so horrible.
This game is perfect in every way.
It doesn't seem like you can dodge them. And I couldn't destroy them, so...
Is it just me, or is Essentia's stream lagging?
It looks like it may be lagging for me.
Okay.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
She is streaming on, like, a 15-year-old computer, though, so...
Ah, okay. So, the other thing is that there's a mid-boss in the stage, and I have no clue how you're supposed to fight it. Like, I fought it, and I've beaten it. I still have no clue how you're supposed to fight it, especially without taking damage. I think Essentia is being Comcasted, Usu.
I'm at Comcast. Okay, that time, for some reason, the falling blocks didn't knock me off the minecart. I don't understand how this game works.
Okay. Her computer is freezing up, if needed.
We are hot.
Okay. Computer looks like it's going well now, so...
And she's about to hit the mid-boss, which is great, because we can now see how stupid it is.
Wow.
So, this guy looks like he just breathes fire in a pattern, which is perfectly fine. The problem is, he sometimes deviates from the pattern and just shoots off in random directions. And it's really hard to tell when you can get hits in safely.
Not only that, but you have to get up in his
he
face.
just hit Essentia as she was jumping up, and there was no indication that he was going to throw a fireball then.
Don't do it. Oh. Yeah, okay, this mid-boss...
Yeah. Now, what does help in this fight is getting that power-up in the right-hand corner. The problem is she tried to get it as the boss was spewing fireballs everywhere.
Well, yeah, she was also close to death, so... Oh no! Right through the floor.
The hitbox on the axe is not great, Usu, but here's the thing. If you jump and attack with the girl, the hitbox on her weapon isn't that great either. And yes, those darts are really stupid, Faizu. I will give you a tip though. You can jump up ladders.
Oh, interesting.
So, how do you
Now,
use
Essentia
that?
has the homing shot, which is very helpful against this boss to just get some free damage as you're forced to dodge fireballs. By the way, there is a time saver you can do in this boss. As it's dying, it starts spewing fireballs everywhere. If you die during this phase, you will die, but you'll spawn right after that phase, so you'll end up saving.
I love it.
Which will probably happen, because if she happens to beat this boss, she'll probably only have 1 or 2 points of health. Because this boss is very stupid.
Yeah, I can tell that.
Yep.
Looks like Garb is onto this stage as well. Garb got through the minecart section super quick.
Yep, she's catching up quickly. Claire is now in the minecart, and I don't know how far she is in it. But she looks like she's actually making pretty good progress so far.
Oh! Essentia taking a death. Come on, Claire.
Although, Essentia is getting close. But she game over.
Oh, no! That's...
Yeah. You get a lot of continues on normal, but it's not unlimited. It's something like 8 or 9.
Yes. I think I
And
counted
Garb
8.
died straight away because you have no clue that the boss is just going to blow out
Yeah.
the floors out there.
Essentia is going to have to do a lot of work to start catching up again. Not impossible.
And
I found a fat person.
And if she doesn't get back up there, she got the boss down to about 4 or 5 bars of health.
Yep.
Help! There's
I
a
wanna say
fat
it's 4.
person breathing fire.
Yeah, that's your mid boss.
So, Faizu, do you understand why the range thing doesn't really help all that much for a lot of the bosses?
Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, that's a game over.
Oh, should I do the voice acting here?
Wow, this game is creepy.
It really is.
This has been almost amusing. Wow. What a jerk.
Shut up, you revolting soul.
Wow.
Do you see this really kind of messed up power dynamic they have here?
I would say for somebody that smart, wouldn't he see that it's an abusive relationship? Well,
Yeah, I know.
It's the yes sweat comment that made me go.
Yeah, I know, right?
are you're going with...
Everyone's going with Ackroyd.
We'll try him out. Well, I tried whatever the girl was called, so
Shannon.
I tried Shannon, so we'll give Axe McGee a try.
Or Muscles McGee.
It's a huge
Now,
axe.
Essentia is making quick progress
Yes.
through the stages. The big thing is, will she be able to make quick progress through the minecart? That's really the big question.
Oh wow, his voice acting is terrible.
You mean it's great? It's
You
great.
mean it's
Pfizer.
amazing.
It is all of the above and more.
See, that's why he was hired to produce the game, not specifically for voice acting. Oh, Essentia is almost dead. I'm a big concern.
Yeah, she has to be really careful here. Now, there is one nice thing, is that there is a heart at the top of this stage. So if she makes it through without getting hit,
Jeez.
she will be fine. And I think she's okay as long as she takes care of this enemy.
There we go.
Yep, she's good.
Perfect. That's the way you do it. Garb is doing fairly well against this boss.
Yeah, the thing about this boss is that you have to be really patient.
Yeah. But again,
It also
patience
helps
is
collect
more
the
important
power
than
On the
speed.
right. I'm not sure if Garb has noticed that power-up yet. That power-up, if you spam it, takes off at least a couple of health bars. Okay, Garb is now in first.
Nice.
Because she
Very
has made
nice.
more progress on this boss. And it looks like she's going to be able to kill the boss.
Sweet. Yeah, she may end up dying.
Now she's
while
probably
the
going to
boss
die
is
there. But she... Oh, I would say that's technically a shortcut, but she died right as the boss fell off anyway. But she made progress. So
Yes.
I'm going to tell you where the battery is.
Sure.
So you'll see it. You see as you go to... It's not this ladder. Okay, it's the next one after this. After you go down this ladder,
Yeah.
if you go to the left, there will... If you just make a blind jump, there... You see how there's barely a pit peeking out to the left? That's where the battery is.
Really?
Oh, Garb might be trying to get that battery, or is just chopping up enemies, which is not a bad idea.
Chopping up enemies is good.
You're going
Yeah.
down.
You're going down. That's the line. It's so good. Isn't it great how the voice acting is so quality and yet so electro farts at the same time?
Oh, it's perfect. This is
I know.
everything I want when it comes to Genesis titles. Essentia getting some quick hits on the boss.
Yeah.
Claire is on to stage 3 as well. Claire did pretty good at at the
So
minecart.
Garby is not realizing that she hasn't collected the battery yet, and like I said, the battery is in the stupidest spot ever in this stage.
Well, I think that I would probably do the same thing. Just look.
To be honest, I did the same thing. So, like, I'm pretty sure everyone would do the same thing because they're like, "Oh, I just got past that stupid boss. What a relief!"
Sencha just needs to deal a little more
once they get up
damage.
to the top and realize they haven't beaten the stage.
And there we go, Essentia moving on to the minecarts. Faizu is
Yeah,
just...
she's making really quick progress, so she'll definitely be able to catch up to where she was.
Take that, pal.
Claire taking a quick death to the chubby guy.
Yeah. And the waterfall murdering bit rates.
Oh, jeez. No bitrate could survive a waterfall like this.
Yeah. Yeah, and now Garby is realizing that she needs to get the battery. Oh, I get it. She's making the items respawn.
Oh, to get one-ups?
No, to get up to full health again, which is really smart, actually. I'm pretty sure she'll find it eventually. It is in a very stupid spot, so I could also see her struggling.
I imagine she'll find it as long as a game over doesn't get in the way.
She has 3 lives, and she does see the box. Like, the box was definitely on the screen, but she's not going for it for whatever reason.
Essentia right at the end.
Oh, no.
Got greedy for daggers.
And she got the battery, so she can definitely beat the stage now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not worth it being greedy for any of the weapons projectiles once you have one in this auto-scroller. Now, what's really funny is that if they beat this second area, there's another auto-scroller that comes up in a rushing river, and it's actually much easier than the minecart. It only took me 1 or 2 tries to get through.
Oh, cool.
Oh god, these platforms are still a nightmare just because after landing on them, you have... It feels like only a few frames to hit jump.
Yep.
Wow.
And you better hit jump.
Yeah, you don't hit jump, you're falling.
Okay.
Claire having fun with this boss. She actually did manage to find the weapon upgrade and has been using it quite a bit in order to deal some good damage.
Yeah, it's really hard to see because of the bitrate, but she is spamming the weapon. You can see the number decreasing, and as you can see, that helps out a lot in the boss fight.
Oh, yeah.
As a general rule, it's really good to use sub-weapons, even if not on bosses, just to get rid of the enemies quickly. But it's especially good to use the powerful ones on bosses, because, as you can see, the bosses take a ton of hits in this game.
Oh, yeah.
It's really stupid.
Okay, Essentia has 2
okay.
bars of health. Is this going to be enough?
We'll see.
No!
No, she stood up too early.
Garb definitely has the lead at this point. And Claire past the mini-boss, moving into second.
Yep.
Now
here's the thing. Essentia can easily get into second or first,
oh yeah.
but she needs to make enough progress again.
Yeah, considering that Claire probably has fewer lives or fewer continues left.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so the section that Garb is in, you see that gargoyle? Those guys are really hard to hit. And Garb is almost on the mid-boss. Garb is setting herself up to get
oh
punched.
wow, punched in the face. I just get so stressed out by this minecart.
Yeah, the minecart is so bad.
You should try playing the minecart, bro. I'll make a save state for you and everything.
Well, thank you, Faizu.
I know you want to.
That's all I ever asked for.
Now, for those of you just joining us, as of right now, Garby is in first, Claire is in second.
But that's a
Essentia
full
is in
game
third.
over.
Yep. But the thing is, Essentia can quickly catch up to second or third. So how far did Claire get? I don't think she collected the battery.
I don't believe so.
I will
So
say
as
it
long-
does.
So as
feel
long
like
as
go-
Essentia collects the battery, she'll be ahead of Claire.
So it looks like there are 2 different types of power-ups that you can get.
Yes, one is for your main weapon, like the axes and the daggers.
Okay.
And then the other is a sub-weapon that you can fire by hitting a separate button.
It's so weird. But
It
okay.
is a little weird, but you really need them, so I'm not complaining. Oh, and this mid-boss that Garby's on is pretty trash.
Yeah! Garb is taking a lot of hits. Not
Yep, that's what happens with this boss. I love his death sound. Now, this might be Garb's last continue, for all we know. It's hard to keep track because you have so many continues. And Essentia is back on the Fat Man.
Fat man
And she
stealing
has a
of
lot more
money.
continues than I. So I have faith that she'll at least be able to get past the Fat Man.
Yep. Just slow is more important than... Like, making it through is more important than doing it quickly.
Yeah. And the thing is, although Garby did have a good strat, is that after it started shooting flames like that, just get under him and start jump chopping like crazy. I'm kind of surprised that Claire was the only one who figured out the power-up strat.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see how this cutscene differs with Axeman.
It looks like Essentia's gonna beat it.
Nice. Time for Fat Man to explode.
And she's probably gonna die, but that's not a bad thing.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
This is some video game.
Keep going back to
Oh,
that.
thank you, fourth wall commentary.
Good. Let's see if Essentia is able to find the battery. Because if so, that'll definitely give her a good position there. Okay, she grabbed a
Yeah.
heart.
It looks like Garb died in the mid-boss. I'm not sure exactly how many hits she got on the mid-boss, so if it comes down to that particular mid-boss, then we will have to review the footage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Garb starting over. Oh, Faizu into the pit.
Always into the pit.
It was a good pit. You know?
Yeah, it looks like Essentia is also not noticing the battery, but it's really easy to overlook that.
Oh yeah, it's just barely in a corner of your screen there. So I don't blame her. Like I can barely see that platform there, and it's probably really easy to just not even look. She's going for the heart though. Good.
But do you want to know something, Pro Essentia?
Of course.
All right. According to Shannon.
Oh, Shannon. Eh.
I'm shocked we didn't get to hear more of Aykroyd's voice clips, though.
Okay, Essentia got kicked out.
Yeah. Oh no, she's going back down the ladder, which Garb realized he didn't need to do.
Yeah, well,
And she didn't need to go back down that ladder because there was nothing separating her from the.
yeah, if you jump across to, like, the weird candle thing. Claire getting comboed by the lava.
Okay, I think I've figured out how to get the extra life in the minecart section. That's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Does it respawn?
I don't know, but we'll probably find out very shortly.
Oh, and those blue things around Essentia are flies, and they do actually hit you eventually if you don't get rid of them.
Seriously?
They were hitting me
Yes.
really quickly.
Oh no.
There we go.
Jump
Essentia went
over,
up and over.
yay! I think she will figure it out.
I think so, yeah.
It might take a little while. This is by far the stupidest battery location that I have seen so far in the game. But
Yeah.
I didn't beat
Oh, we've got the smooth jazz music again with Garb.
it. Yep.
There we go. She's got the
got the
battery.
battery. She's in second now. And she has a chance to get into first.
I've lost all of my focus.
Yeah, that troll was in an unfortunate spot.
Yeah.
As long as Essentia doesn't get hit by
Wow.
all these darts, she's
One
free.
hit left.
Yep.
And Essentia is back to, or not back, she's on to the stage that Garb made it to.
Yep.
Just gotta make it to the mid-boss and deal a good amount of damage to the boss.
Yeah, so the trick to the mid-boss is honestly having a bunch of sub-weapons for it. That helps out a lot.
I can imagine.
All right.
All right.
You know, Lightyear, that's a good question because this game does look a lot like a DOS game.
Oh,
And as far as I know, this is the only version that exists. Yeah, that Spike Pit is a real troll, and if you don't jump out of it right away, you're probably going to get hit twice.
Yeah.
Although, the fortunate thing is, I think Essentia has plenty of continues. So
I
she
think
has
so,
a good
yeah.
chance of overtaking Garb. Whereas Garb, I think, would really have to hustle to get back to where she was.
Essentia has figured out a strategy to deal with the gargoyles. Specifically, if you hit them a few times and then duck, at just the right time, they punch over you.
Yeah, but then if that strategy doesn't work out, they just hit you a bunch.
Well,
As
yeah,
she
that's true.
demonstrated. Yeah, like I said, the gargoyles, or whatever they are incredible trolls. The birdmen, I guess. And yeah, they just kind of spawn in front of you, on top of your face.
Ooh, Claire taking another death.
All right.
All right. I just love her enthusiasm.
Yeah, I don't know whose voice clips I like more. They're both so good.
I think I like Shannon's. I'm voting Shannon.
Yeah, the death cry does definitely put it over the top.
Ooh, Essentia. Just gotta kill. Oh, no.
Yes, Royal Blue Wizard, this is a B match.
You're correct.
The people qualifying out of the group have already been determined, and I think we're actually the first group to complete our matches.
Wow, good job.
Well, you know, this group was pretty easy to schedule for the few times I had to schedule them. But don't worry, I'm sure all of us game masters will be having some input in for the bracket match.
Yeah.
I mean, I already know of one game I've shown Brosentia that's definitely going to be an endurance round.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what it was, but I remembered that it was perfect.
No, it's not the game you suggested. I showed it to an RPG Limit Break Red Armor. Okay, so it looks like Essentia is about to catch up to where Garb was.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Was anyone in chat paying attention to how much health Garb knocked off the boss? If not, we can look at the VOD. It's not an emergency. We just won't know who the winner is if Essentia gets stuck here. Okay, so she definitely wants the grenades, and she wants to jump up and use them against the boss. Like, this boss is just... You basically have to try to dodge the dives, which is easier said than done, and then try to get in as many hits as you can.
Wow.
Because if you just try to go in Berserker mode like that, you're gonna die, like she just did. What is fortunate about this boss is that you always get the grenades, which is the game kind of giving you a big hint of use the grenades. So please use the grenades.
I don't believe
Please
she's
use
used them.
No, she has not used them once. And she's trying to kind of anti-air the guy by throwing her axe up, but that doesn't work at all.
I don't know if I've ever seen her use secondary weapons.
That's a good point. I don't think she has. And the thing is, I didn't tell them the controls because the controls were all listed in the option screen.
Well, not just that, but the controls are 3 buttons.
Exactly. So, like, I would expect that she would have hit that third button at some point.
Yeah.
I almost want to tell her, but it's in the option screen, and
Yeah, I would say everybody
So
was
I'm
given
not.
the same info.
I mean, if she overlooked it, that's her problem.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Mike, I have some terrible news for you.
What?
I think I actually prefer playing as the girl to the guy.
That's fine. I mean, she does have the suggestive noises.
She seems to have a slightly longer range, and I don't just mean on the ground. Like, all of her attacks seem to be connecting easier when I was playing before. Or maybe I've just been playing this for far too long, and I've lost my mind.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, the hitboxes in this game are pretty bad in general, so whatever.
You're not wrong.
I personally thought the guy was stronger when I tried them out, but I will admit I did not try out the girl for very long.
He does seem to do more damage.
Actually, I should definitely address the guy by his name because he's a great name, Ackroyd. Yeah. So here's the thing: Essentia can overtake Garb, but it doesn't look like that's too likely since she doesn't seem to know that a third button exists on the Genesis controller.
Yeah, we've got just under 5 minutes left.
And she did play a Genesis game the last time, so even if she knows nothing about the Genesis, she wouldn't know that there are 3 buttons because you use all 3 buttons in last battle. Or maybe she just tried her hardest to forget that game, which is understandable. But yeah, without using the bombs, she's gonna have a really rough time against this boss, especially since she's not really dodging the attacks.
Yeah.
The thing
his
is,
attacks
he
are-
dives, then he shoots the fireballs. He dives, then he shoots the fireball. That's basically his pattern. I think she's slowly starting to learn that, though. Although the fireballs are a lot harder to dodge than you think because that's generally the best chance to attack him.
Oh, yeah.
So even though the fireballs are technically easy to dodge, if you want to get any hits on the boss, it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, I'm wondering, did you give a manual of or anything to them? Oh, Essentia is now using the
no.
grenades.
I could have given them a manual.
Wow.
I should have tried to find a manual for this game. I bet it would have been really entertaining.
Oh, it's all right.
You should have just given them an issue of the comic.
That's also a good idea.
It's okay. Essentia has figured out the grenades.
Yay! She figured out there's a third button.
Easy.
But the boss is staying up real high. And I think the reason why is because she's jumping so much.
Yep. For sure.
But yeah, as you can see, only 1 grenade hit, but it did a lot of damage.
Yeah, she did get like 4 or 5 grenade hits the first time she used them, though.
Yeah.
And that took away a lot of health.
To my knowledge, this game was not in Kusogrand3 before Delta Fiend.
Nope. This is its first showing. Okay, Essentia getting a few hits with the grenades there. Yeah, I think she just needs to get the enemy to stay down low.
Yeah. Although she's getting better at it. So, and here's the thing: I don't know how much progress Garby made, so she might be ahead already. Because it's definitely between Essentia and Garby at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember Macaw playing this game, Dana. I didn't see his entire playthrough, but I do remember him dying on the Fat Man boss as he was spewing the fireballs during his death animation.
Yeah, I just died to that right now.
Yeah,
Oh no!
everyone does.
Yeah.
Well, Essentia has at least one more continue. which is good.
Yeah, we just have 1 minute left.
Okay, well, I don't think she's gonna get past the boss, so we're gonna have to.
We're
watch
definitely
the
going to have to check the VOD, yeah.
which is fine. It won't take very long to check.
But this has been an entertaining watch. I'm really glad that we did have this. And yeah, I can understand.
I'm also glad we had this. So here's the thing. They're all less than halfway through the game.
What?
Yeah. There's like after this bat boss, there's a river and sewer section, and then after that there's like a whole subway industrial complex, and then there might be a stage after that, but I didn't get past the subway section.
Here we go. We are almost done. I'm glad everybody's been making a solid push right up until the end.
Yep.
And that, as a matter of fact, is the end of our match.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Okay, well, it turns out that we're going to have to look back at the footage to see whether Essentia or Garby made more progress on the boss, but Claire is definitely in third.
Yes. Essentia's like, this boss is impossible. Yeah. But with that said, Garb and Essentia both made it to that boss. Claire made a really good push. Unfortunately, had a very nasty time to get a full game over, so she wasn't able to get back into it. Garb took an early game over so that they'd have more of a chance later on. So right now, we're looking at the VODs to see who took first, Garb or Essentia. It's... Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I don't know. And that's the sign of a good match. So Faizu, your impressions of the game, what do you think?
It is enjoyable in a very bad and stupid way.
Okay, bad but enjoyable.
Yeah, it's kind of, it fits into that little Kuso niche of a game where so much is wrong with it, but it's kind of playable anyway.
Okay.
I kind of think that if it had unlimited continues or something like that, it's the sort of thing I might grind out right the way through, but who knows.
To be fair, there's not a lot of Genesis games that have unlimited continues. That seems to be more of a Super Nintendo thing.
It's just that when you're playing on normal, it all feels like you have unlimited continues.
Yeah, it feels
yeah.
like you use your 8th or 9th continue.
Yeah, 8 or 9 is like a really arbitrary number to have. Alright, well, I need to go anyway, but thank you for having me here.
Sure thing. Now, Mike, we could either chill for now to see if people are checking the VODs, or we could just go ahead and announce who took second and first later after.
We can do it later. It's
Okay.
going to take me a little while to get through this footage.
Okay, no worries. Well, Garb, Essentia, great job. Thank you for making it close. And we'll go ahead and let you know who was the victor this time. So, we do have one match tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. I plan on doing a little streaming after that as well. We have 2 matches on Thursday night. You know what? Tomorrow night, I think, would be a good time to do some sub games. So, we'll go ahead and do that. Mike and Pezmerga, I really appreciate all your help and the choice of the games that you had, because this was a